eagerly into the darkness. It was evident that something very exciting was either happening or expected. But though I asked each passenger, no one would give me the slightest explanation. This state of excitement kept on for some little time, and at last we saw before us the pass opening out on the eastern side. There were dark, rolling clouds overhead, and in the air the heavy, oppressive sense of thunder. It seemed as though the mountain range had separated two atmospheres, and that now we had got into the thunderous one. I was now myself looking out for the conveyance which was to take me to the Count. Each moment I expected to see the glare of lamps through the blackness, but all was dark. The only light was the flickering rays of our own lamps, in which the steam from our hard-driven horses rose in the white cloud. We could see now the sandy road laying white before us, but there was on it no sign of a vehicle. The passengers drew back with a sigh of gladness, which seems to mock my own disappointment. I was already thinking what I had best do, when the driver, looking at his watch, said to the others something which I could hardly hear. It was spoken so quietly and in so low a tone, I thought it was an hour less than the time. Then turning to me, he said in German worse than my own, "There is no carriage here. The heir is not expecting after all. He will now come on to Bukovnia, and return tomorrow, or the next day. Better the next day." Whilst he was speaking, the horses began to neigh and snort and plunge wildly, so that the driver had to hold them up. Then, amongst a chorus of screams from the peasants and a universal crossing of themselves, a calèche. Calèche? With four... It's basically a carriage. It might actually be a carriage spelled with an L. With four horses, drove up behind us, overtook us, and drew up beside the coach. I could see from the flash of our lamps, as the rays fell on them, that the horses were coal-black and splendid animals. They were driven all by a tall man, with a long brown beard and a great black hat, which seems to hide his face from us. I could only see the gleam of a pair of very bright eyes, which seemed red in the lamplight. As he turned to us, he said to the driver, "You are early tonight, my friend." The man stammered in reply, "The English heir was in a hurry," to which the stranger replied, "That is why, I suppose, you wished him to go on to Bukovnia. You cannot deceive me, my friend. I know too much, and my horses are swift." As he spoke, he smiled, and the lamplight fell on a hard-looking mouth, with very red lips and sharp-looking teeth, as white as ivory. One of my companions whispered to another the line from Burger's Lenore, "Den die Totem reiten schnell," for the dead travel fast. The strange driver evidently heard the words, for he looked up with a gleaming smile. The passenger turned his face away, at the same time putting two of his fingers and crossing himself. "Give me the heir's luggage," said the driver, and with exceeding alacrity my bags were handed off and put in the carriage. I'm going to call it carriage, even though it's probably pronounced something else. Then I descended from the side of the coach, as the calèche... I keep on switching between carriage and calèche. Fuck. As the calèche was close alongside, the driver helped me with a hand which caught my arm in a grip of steel. His strength must have been prodigious. Prodigious? Prodigious, yeah. Prodigious. Without a word, he shook his reins. The horses turned, and he swept into the darkness of the pass. As I turned back, I saw the steam from the horses of the coach by the light of the lamps, and projected against it the figures of my late companions crossing themselves. Then the driver cracked his whip and called to his horses, and off they swept on their way to Bukovina. Bukovina. That's the name of the fucking place. As they sank into the darkness, I felt a strange chill, and a lonely feeling came over me. But a cloak was thrown over my shoulders, and a rug across my knees, and the driver said in excellent German, "The night is chill, mein Herr, and my master the Count bade me take all care of you. There is a flask of Slivovitz, the plum brandy of the country, underneath the seat, if you should require it." I did not take any, but it was a comfort to know that it was there all the same. I felt a little strangely, and not a little frightened. I think, had there been any alternative, I should have taken it, instead of prosecuting that unknown night journey. The carriage went at a hard pace straight along. Then we made a complete turn and went along another straight road. It seemed to me that we were simply going over and over the same ground again, and so I took note of some salient point, and found that this was so. I would have liked to have asked the driver what this all meant, but I really feared to do so, for I thought that, placed as I was, any protest would have no effect in case there had been an intention to delay. By and by, however, as I was curious to know how time was passing, I struck a match, and by its flame looked at my watch. It was within a few minutes of midnight. This gave me a sort of shock, for I suppose the general superstition about midnight was increased by my recent experiences. I waited with a sick feeling of suspense. Then a dog began to howl somewhere in a farmhouse far down the road. A long, agonized wailing, as if from fear. The sound was taken up by another dog, and then another, and another, till, borne on the wind, which now sighed softly through the pass, a wild howling began, which seemed to come from all over the country, as far as the imagination could grasp it through the gloom of the night. At the first howl, the horses began to strain and rear, but the driver spoke to them soothingly, and they quieted down. "Oh, it was just getting spooky. But it's fine. 'Tis fine. Let's go." Third match of the night. Oi. Oy vey. Exactly. Mega spook. Fucking hell. Do you mean to tell me I didn't need to put down my book? Is that what you're telling me? Because I think it is. I think it is. And now the moment's past, the air of mystery and horror are gone. Let's see. At the first howl, the horses began to strain and rear, but the driver spoke to them soothingly, and they quieted down, but shivered and sweated as though after a running away from sudden fright. Then, far off in the distance, from the mountains on each side of us, began a louder and sharper howling, that of wolves, which affected both the horses and myself in the same way. For I was minded to jump from the calash and run, whilst they reared again and plunged madly, so that the driver had to use all his great strength to keep them from bolting. In a few moments, however, my own ears got accustomed to the sound, and the horses so far became quiet that the driver was able to descend and to stand before them. He petted and soothed them, and whispered something in their ears, as I have heard of horse-tamers doing, and with extraordinary effort, for under his caress they became quite manageable again. Though they still trembled, the driver again took his seat, and shaking his reins, started off at a great pace. This time, after going to the far side of the pass, he suddenly turned down a narrow roadway which ran sharply to the right. Oh, may I enter the game now?
Your team's turn to ban.
Hello, team. How's it going? Fair enough.
Enemy's turn to ban. Your team's turn to ban. Enemy's turn to ban.
Oh, we have speakers. Why is everyone banning Zin? Fucking maybe. He needs to be up close and personal to get kills. Yeah. Well, that was an easy match, wasn't it? You can't see this, chat, but I am slowly smacking my face with the Dracula book. And I don't know if you've seen... You... Ugh. I don't know if you've seen Bram Stoker's original classic, but it's a thick book. I think a solid 2 inches of fucking pages. That's how much page I'm smacking into my face right now. Ugh. Well, this is a very Dracula-heavy stream tonight, I have to say. Soon we were hemmed in with trees, which in places arched right over the roadway, till we passed as through a tunnel. And again great frowning rocks guarded us boldly on either side. Though we were in shelter, we could hear the rising wind, for it moaned and whistled through the rocks, and the branches of the trees crashed together as we swept along. It grew colder and colder still, and fine powdery snow began to fall, so that soon we, and all around us, were covered with a white blanket. The keen wind still carried the howling of the dogs. Alright, taking all bets. Taking all bets. Are we going to be able to play this match?
Your team's turn to ban.
Heyo, team, how's it going?
Enemy's turn to ban.
Yeah, it's fine.
Your team's turn to ban. Enemy's turn to ban.
What is with... Seriously, like, what is up with the Zin hate? That's my question. Let me take healer. I'll take the healing position.
Your turn to pick. Customize your champion.
Ceres.
Actually, I think I can continue reading while we're waiting. You know, actually, it could be Catgirl Ceres. I mean, the Egyptians did worship cats. Why not?
I am but a humble servant of the gods.
Yay! We're able to play a game after just shy of 15 minutes of waiting and a lot of reading. Okay, so basically, items affect
This
how you're...
war is but a prelude for greater things. To discuss.
The battle is about to begin. Five,
Heavens
four,
be praised.
3, 2,
Hurry, little one.
1. Let the battle begin.
Let's do this. Righto. Alright, we got someone on the right-hand flank. Like, I cannot heal you through that much.
First blood.
Yes! I got you, Victor. No, that's not Victor. That's Lex. What the fuck am I doing? Ruckus behind us. Oh no, that's a Drogos. I do not like Drogos. No! Your healer is dead. Your healer is dead. Watch out. Thank you, Lex, for killing the Drogos.
Overtime. Stop the payload.
Whoop. It's fine. We should be able to pull back from this. I need some help with this ruckus.
Have you met my friends?
Thank you, guys. No! Oh! Drogo's behind me. He's on top of me. Please kill him. Oi. Well, I can't heal that. Drogo's on the upper left side behind us. Ruckus on left-hand side. Ruckus on left side.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy killing spree.
Whoop. Come on, Inara. You want to fight? You want to fight?
Seconds remaining.
Thank you, Lex.
Seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Drogo's on point.
1.
Thank you. Oh. Whew.
Where there's a will. We've much to discuss.
So Victor, I don't know if you can hear me, but your character model's doing a really funny glitch right now. Your ultimate effect, where you've got the little fucking triangle above your head. It's still going.
Mission accepted.
So it looks like at any point in time, you're just gonna drop a garage on someone.
5, 4, 3.
I just found that amusing.
2,
I don't know
1.
if you can see it, but for me, it's there.
Have you met my friends?
Yeah, they're on right-hand side. Drogo's on top behind. Up. Thank you. I can only keep so much of you alive at once. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No. Thank you, my friends. Woo! Drogo's up top. Yes!
Killing spree.
I got you.
Push the payload.
Oh boy. Drogo's up top center. He's on top of one of those pillars. Thank you for the help. Good ultimate there, Lex. Yeah, this ruckus is irritating me. I'd like it if you killed him. Thank you. Oh, damn, I'm sorry, Lex. I tried to get you.
Have you met my friends?
Oh, we went behind the wall, Fernando. No problemo. That Drogos is still a problem.
Enemy double kill.
Oh boy.
On my way.
30 seconds remaining. Enemy killing spree. 15 seconds remaining. 10.
I should not be this far back. I fully accept my mistake.
6, 5, 4,
Aye.
3, 2, 1.
It's fine.
I still have my target. Incredible.
We've already proven that we can capture the point. That's all we needed to prove.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
No problem. Let's go, blue team!
Mission accepted.
No problem. Ultimate is ready.
5,
Mission
4,
accepted.
3, 2.
Ultimate's ready too.
Let's go, blue team! Let's
Yeah.
go, blue team! I am proud to serve with you. Yes!
I'm on you, Con, old buddy, old friend, old pal. Whoa! Fuck. Your healer is dead, by the way. Nicely done. Stay alive. Maintain a presence on the point. I'm on my way as fast as I can.
Have you met my friends? Curse your fate.
Enemy killing spree.
Yes! Drogo's still up top. Ah!